Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another show, another episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway? The JK Deal Reveal featuring the JK Deal Zone. And tonight, I think you're gonna like tonight because we're gonna have something for a little bit of everybody. I'm losing my words. It was a long day. We're gonna have something for everybody, and we're gonna have a single family home with some very big cash flow potential. And then we're gonna have something pretty large for those who are looking for the larger type. A couple $1 million worth, an apartment building here in Cleveland. So we're gonna talk about both of them. And so yes, bonsoir Robert, bonsoir Gabriel. Nice to see you here. Who already wrote up in the chat. Nice to have you. And hello to everybody else. And I see a bunch of people are logging in as we speak. But Anna Maria, hi there. Annie, Charles, Frank, a couple of Franks actually on the call. Gabrielle, Gani, Harry, Imran, Joe, John, Kevin, Olivia, Patrick, Paulo, Rich, Richie, another Robert, another Rob, Serge, Steve, Sylvain, Varun, and I already lost a couple of people, but nice to have you all here. Welcome. If it's your first time, welcome back. Hi there, Olivia. And so here we go. Let's get started because we don't like to take hours and hours on this call. We like to be in and out real quick. The 80-20 rule at its best. Did you know the 80-20 rule, Pareto's law, that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts? The trick is to identify what is that 20% that is creating 80% of your results. And the goal here was the deal zone to be, and the deal reveal to be part of that 20%. So let's jump in. Oh, yes, I want to remind you that we've been going on, and this is your last week because this is the last Thursday of the month. It's your last week to go collect a ton of giveaways that we have been giving away this past month. What are the giveaways? Our Mathematics of Real Estate training, paying up to $1,000 on your closing costs for any property that you purchase on the Deal Zone. We're giving away our 3-day epic blueprint and a $500 JK credit. And how do you claim these rewards? Very, very simply, you just go to jkrealestatepartners.com/rewards, follow the instructions. There's a few little actions you have to take, but each one of those four are unlockables, meaning it's not a chance to win. You will get those four bonuses if you just follow the steps. So it's pretty, pretty cool. And as an extra thank you, if you are part of this rewards contest program thingy, you have a chance to win a seat on our next Epic Bus Tour in Cleveland, which is going to be in November. So a ton of giveaways for you, thousands and thousands of dollars. We hope you enjoy. And this is the last week to be part of that. And it is also the last week to be part of our Deal Zone contest. That's right, we got two contests running at the same time right now. And what is the contest? I'm going to tell you about that in just a few minutes when I get to the deal zone and our 24 newest units added. So, our next live event is going to be in October. So not next month, but the month after, because September is my birthday month, and so I'm taking some time off. I'm going to spend some time in the sun in Florida. It's starting to get chilly here in Ohio, and I'm sure up north as well. And so I'm going to take a good solid week and a half, maybe 2 weeks completely off to be refreshed, recharged for the October event and then the November bus tour. So that's coming. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Epic Blueprint, how even if you don't want to wait till October, you have an opportunity to grab the Evergreen at the end of tonight's deal reveal. All right. So you can wait for the live in October, or you can jump on the Evergreen, which is a recording of a past great Epic Blueprint that we've done. And you can jump in right away, get your basics under control, and start taking action in the safest way we know how, following the blueprint. All right. So with that being said, let us jump in to our deal zone. All right. Let's see what we have today on the deal zone. We're gonna Well, you know the rules. We're gonna not spend hours. We're gonna spend a couple minutes on these properties, and we're gonna see how there are 24 new units that were actually added today. All right. And so there's always new units, new properties being added to the deal zone. So check regularly. And I'm going to remind you of last week's deal reveal as well, because that window of opportunity is getting smaller and smaller. I'm going to explain it all to you. All right. So let us go to our deal zone. All right. So jkdealzone.com. You can go on it right now. You can create yourself an account. It is free for now. And if you join the Deal Zone now, you will not be charged for the Deal Zone. This will eventually be a either a members only or a paid platform. It is not currently. So take advantage of that. Sign up today. We are over 100 members. I think we hit 110 uh, this week. Right around there. We hit the 100 already, and it's free. So please join it for your own sake here. All right. So first and foremost, let's start with the contest of the Deal Zone. So if you go on the Deal Zone and you're looking to buy, right, we have all these properties on the Deal Zone. And you can even hide this map if it's in your way. You want to see just more deals. Here they are. These are all the properties on the Deal Zone. I think we have like 25 on them right now. And so there they are. The first contest is to identify what is your favorite property. Go to contact us. Let me know. And I'm reviewing all of these submissions. So tell me, what is your favorite property? Tell me why. Tell me what the strategy would be for the property. Tell me what the price point, what offer would you put on that property? And the best answer is going to win the contest. And we are going to reveal who won next Thursday. And so you have until the end of the month. So that's just a couple more days here. You got 3 more days until Sunday to submit, and then I'm going to review. And next Thursday, I will announce the winner, as along with the prize that that person is going to win. So already had a good number of submissions so far, but there's still time. The best answer wins. So that is the contest. Now, let's go back to last week's deal reveal. This is what we talked about last week. It was a brand new construction, 3 bedroom, 2 bath home, brand new, for $60,000 to $75,000, depending on how many you bought. And then we talked about how this mobile home was going to go on to one of our own mobile home parks. And we had a partnership together where you get the home rent, we get the lot rent, and basically this is your number, right? You get a 10, basically almost a 10 cap um, on your investment, and you're buying brand spanking new with no expenses because management's included, utilities are paid by the tenant. The only thing you need to do is insure the thing, and that is it. Very, very, very lean investment strategy. So the reason I'm bringing this up again is because we had here, based on how many you buy, there's a discount. So if you just buy one, it's $75,000 for the home. But if you buy 5 to 10, we knock off 5,000 per home. If you buy 11 to 14, we take off 10,000 per home. And if you freaking buy the whole 20 that are available, it's 60,000 per home, a $15,000 discount, $300,000 discount. We're actually operating at a loss at that price point, but the park is getting filled, and so there's value for us in there. So that's there. Why am I saying the window of opportunity is getting smaller? First of all, there's a good number of people from last week that did submit, are asking questions, okay? But there are 20, all right? So there's still time. However, tomorrow morning at 6:30 in the morning, I'm having a call with a group of Quebec investors. There's about 20 investors in that group, and I was talking to them earlier this week, and they might be coming together as a group and just buying the whole thing to get this big discount. So if you are really interested in this, there might be a limited window of opportunity to jump on board. And I thought it was only fair if I, told you about it now. It would suck if on Monday you said, "Hey, I'm interested," and sorry, they're all gone. What? There were 21. Yeah, well, good deals go fast, right? So that's being said. As of right now, this is a cash only offer. There is no financing. However, I have 3 loan brokers working on the file to bring in some financing if we get to that point. Financing is probably going to be to the tune of 35% down, and I don't know what the terms and the rates are going to be yet. But I'm working on it, but there's no guarantee. So if you just have the capital and you want to secure your spot, at least send us a message and say you're interested and you'd like to be on the wait list. That way we know there's a serious interest, and maybe we reserve one, two, five, 10 for you, depending on what your appetite is. That's all I wanted to say for this one because this was last week's deal reveal. Let's go to our new listings. And by the way, you can just click on this filter. This was recently added. You just click here and poof, you see the two newest listings that have been added to the deal reveal. So I'm going to talk about one really, really quickly because it literally came on like an hour ago and it has not been looked at or verified. And I know for a fact the numbers are better than this. So there's something in how the user inputted the data that's wrong. And so all I'm going to say is that this is a 23 unit apartment building in Cleveland, right? Asking 2.2 million, and currently it's generating $17,000. Oh, what happened there? Oh, there we go. It's currently generating $17,000 because they just got like five vacancies unexpectedly. And so once those get filled back up at about 1,000, if not more than 1,000 a month, you're going to get back to the 23,000. But this property really has an opportunity to go up to about $25,000 a month. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at this, because with the numbers right now, you might not be too impressed, but don't take it for granted because it is still a non-verified. It hasn't finished been uploading completely, but you're the very first ones to see it and have an opportunity to put in an offer until the real numbers come in, right? So right now it's running off of 17,000 a month, but nothing is basically verified yet. So just don't freak out too much when you see a low cap rate like this. Um, there's definitely some upside if you add another 6 to 8,000 on this a month, which is basically all cash flow at that point because the expenses are going to stay the same, more or less. This cap rate is going to jump up to a very interesting place. So that's number one. That's 23 of our units that was added just today. Next, I want to bring. Oh, I will say also that that last property is in Cleveland, but it's in the Shaker Heights School District. So even though it's in Cleveland, you're not in Cleveland schools, so that's even a higher desirability level, higher rents on average compared to Cleveland. So just keep that in mind as well. And that's why you'll see one or two bedrooms with over $1,000 a month in rent, which is strong. So there we go. The next, and this one I want to spend a little bit more time because we actually have the owner of this listing on the call with us. And so here's a property in Maple Heights. Okay, look at that, $99,000, and look at this beautiful cap rate. All right, strong double-digit cap rate on a single-family home. Let's see how that's possible. Unfortunately, the pictures are not uploading, but we'll fix that in due time. Again, this was added earlier today as well. But $99,000 for a five-bedroom, three-bath home, 1,600 square foot. You don't see too many single families, especially at this price point, especially in this zip code for $99,000. So I immediately see that as an opportunity. And you can be sure that if in 3 weeks there's no offers, I'm going to make my own offer on this property because there's definitely something in here. Definitely something in here. So currently vacant, five-bedroom on a great street in Maple Heights, high Section 8 rent potential. I 100% agree with that statement. And I'm just going to show you. I used to do this a lot on the deal reveal before we had the deal zone, but I'm going to go here to the CMHA rent determination app. I'm going to put in the zip code for Maple Heights, which is 44137. And this, because it's a five-bedroom, look at how much Section 8 can pay for a five-bedroom. It is massive. Now, I won't take this number as this is what you're going to get. This is the most you can get with Section 8. And so usually what I like to do is remove like $200, $250 from this number to run my numbers a little bit more conservatively. All right, so let's just see what numbers we have here. We have a little bit of a description as well. Cleveland suburb, we know that. There is going to be some renovations. So about, I guess 99 plus 10 would be so a 10, 11,000 of renovations to be confirmed, of course. And look at that ARV. All right, definitely make sure in your due diligence. But if you're all in for 110, 120, heck 130, and it has something worth 180, that smells like a perfect burr to me. All right. Guaranteed rents 25 to 28. I don't believe the 28, but on the 25, 24, I think we got something there. Projected cash on cash 14. Exit strategy, full return of investment in 6 to 12 months via a refinance or a BRRRR, resulting in an infinite cash on cash return with no capital left in the deal. They're referring to a perfect BRRRR here, which might be the case. It's looking really good up front. Needs to close mid-September, so that means there's 3 weeks on this. Looking for a serious investor who wants a low risk, high yield property with a clear exit plan. I agree. You'll notice we also have the new map function integrated into the deal zone so you can get an idea of where in Cleveland this is. So we're in Maple Heights, with the southeast of the Cleveland core, the Cleveland downtown. And if we go into financial details, we have 24 months. Remember, it was up to 2650. So remove 250 from that, about 24 a month. Expenses, we come here, water, sewer, electricity, gas. Now, this is a single family home. So technically, numbers, all of these expenses should be shouldered by the tenant. But because the user did not prove that is the case, that's how the lease will go, we still have estimated numbers that are just padding the budget until we have better confirmation of what the situation is. Property taxes. Maple Heights is known to have higher property taxes, $300 a month. It's not cheap, but it clearly it doesn't matter because the cash flow, right? That rent is so strong that even when you have those fairly high expenses on those taxes, the resulting is still very, very strong. So you add up all of your expenses, including management, including a maintenance and repair budget, including insurance, including even a shit buffer budget, right? Just in case, we still come up to over $1,000 of cash flow a month and a strong double-digit cap rate. So for that reason, I really, really like this property. And again, yes, it's not verified. It was just added today. And hopefully the rest of the documentation that needs to be provided will be provided, including updated pictures and so forth. But I don't want you to think that just because it's not verified or it doesn't look pretty that you can't go ahead and put an offer in. Because maybe there's other people waiting for everything to look perfect, and someone like me who just looks at this and says, "Holy crap, look at this. You're telling me it's a 16 cap? I'm gonna put an offer in that shit. I'm probably gonna put a full price or darn near close to a full price offer at that because these numbers just work." Okay? So, I'm sure that this one is going to go fast. So if you are interested, just come in here, create yourself a free account, place your offer, and then the owner of the listing or the owner of the property is going to get a notification that says, hey, there's an offer. They're going to either accept or decline it. And then once it's accepted, all the automations happen, the paperwork gets signed, title company's notified, and you then have communication directly with the seller. Buyer and seller can talk and coordinate access, inspections, and all that fun stuff. So that's basically that's basically what did I say? Look at that. I'll say it because it's true, and you put it in the public chat there. So Kevin, full price offer sent on Deal Zone just now. Okay, I told you it was gonna go fast, right? And so that's how quick it can go. So if the owner of the listing is on the call right now, make sure to check your notifications and either accept or decline that offer. I mean, for a full price, you'd be a little silly to decline it. But that's the deal reveal live. We made a deal live today. How cool is that? I think that's pretty awesome. Oh, I love it. I love it. So basically, that's it. That's our deal reveal for today. If you have an appetite for something larger, definitely check out that 23 unit that we referred to earlier. Or, I mean, 20 of these ones makes for pretty good numbers as well. So whatever you want, take a look. We will be expanding into Florida in the next 2 months, hopefully less. And I already have a really good relationship with a new construction, well, a builder for new construction opportunities that actually cash flow in Florida. So pay attention to that as well. It is coming to a deal zone near you. So I hope you enjoyed. That was our deal reveal for today. And I'm just going to spend the last couple of minutes talking about our epic blueprint that's coming up in October, or the opportunity to join the Evergreen, which is the recording of a past really good blueprint we did, so that you can jump in today. If you're not already part of the community, if you haven't already attended a blueprint, if you don't already have your foundation in place, the epic blueprint is where you need to start. All right. So, with that being said, have a great evening. If you have already heard about all this or you've already been through the training, if not, stay on board and I'm going to tell you all about it. So, the Epic Blueprint Evergreen. That's what we're going to talk about today. So, what will you learn during the Epic Blueprint? You will learn how to set yourself up property from a legal entity standpoint to avoid double taxation and to make sure that you are being bulletproof against external threats and liabilities such as lawsuits. All right. That's very, very important. We have a whole hour and a half just on this topic where we bring in our own corporate defense attorney, Bob, and he is going to blow your socks off because without this, we would have never done real estate in the US, Janie and I, 10 years ago, right? But we had this from day one. We were so thankful we did, and we want you to have it day one as well. You wouldn't believe how many people come to us from other companies who did not set them up correctly, either because they did it in their personal name, either because they set up an LLC to own their rental real estate. There's so many ways you can do this wrong as a foreign national investing in the US that we want you to have the right foundation from day one. We're going to show you where and how to find those deals, those off-market deals. Yes, the deal zone is a great place. But how did we even know where are these properties coming from? All right. Well, I'm gonna teach you exactly what I do to have all these properties, which now I share on the deal zone for everybody. But if you wanted to have your own little deal zone, your inbox come in, how do you do that? I'll show you how. We're going to evaluate and analyze those deals. I'm going to show you the different ways to analyze it, the quick ways, the long ways, the longest ways, and why and when you do each one of those type of analyses. We're going to show you how to finance your deals, right? What are the different options for financing for a foreign national, for a non-American citizen or resident? We're going to tell you how to write up your contracts, right? What words should you put in there to protect your assets, right? We're going to show you over 19 different ways to buy and profit from US real estate creatively using little or no money down. Over 19 different ways. I think the real number is 27, but who's counting, right? We're going to show you how to manage that business and those properties remotely. What is the difference between long-term rental management, short-term rental management, mid-term rental management, and everything in between? Mobile home management, apartment building management. These are all different types of managements that you need to know if you're getting involved in these different types of asset classes. We're going to teach you how to recycle your capital. So that Maple Heights opportunity that we just saw is definitely falling as a prime example of how to recycle your capital so you never run out. You buy it, you stabilize, optimize, you position it to refinance and get your money back out so you can buy another one and another one and another one. That's how Janie and I managed to buy 7 units, 5 properties in the US in our very first year, starting with $39,000 on credit cards. That's how we got started 10 years ago. It's crazy um, what 10 years can do. Ultimately, we want to set you up to win. And we analyze live deals during the training, depending on how time permits. But we always do at least one or two. And it could be your own very deals. You can bring a deal to the blueprint and we will analyze and maybe even negotiate it live to show you how it's done. So it's a full 3 day training. The blueprint course is a full 3 day. It'll be live in October, and or you can just grab the recording, which is our evergreen version, and you get all of the same bonuses. So the live is in October, or you can join today or tonight or immediately. That's the value. That's not the price you have to pay. In fact, the price you have to pay, you're just gonna have to remove one of the threes, right? The recording is $333, and in a couple of screens, you're going to have the link and the QR code if you want to register. We had talked about it last week a little bit. A ton of you signed up, and so since it is an evergreen version, you have like there's no book your spot today. There's only 10 left. There's none of that. It's a recording, and so we can have you all in at that price, no problem. But when you do sign up for the 3 day, this is what you get. You get the 3 day course, which is valued multiple thousands of dollars. Plus, you get these four bonuses. Our Ultimate Real Estate Calculator, which is the same calculator that I use to evaluate all of our personal deals. And you get the Quick Start Boot Camp, which is 5 weeks after the blueprint. I mean, you'll get it right away if you get the recording, but the point is that for 5 weeks, we give you accountability steps. What do you do week one after the blueprint? What do you do week two? What do you do week three to turn on the two most important valves of a real estate business? What are the two valves? The deal valve and the money valve. You need both of them to be open, at least a little open or a lot open at the same time if you want to get some deal flow going. And that actually hits your portfolio. We also throw in our interactive ebook, which is the roadmap to your first property, and our 9 powers of real estate training. Just amazing trainings that we've put together over the year. So total value, well over $3,500. And as I said, you can grab that recording today for $333. It is still 3 full days of value. You can, and JK team, if you can just drop the link in the chat, you already did. You're on fire. I love it. Thank you. So you can just click on the link that's in the chat. If you are catching this live, you can just click on that. Or if you are catching the recording of this, or if you have your phone, you can scan the QR code right on the screen right now and secure your spot to the Evergreen Blueprint. So, with that being said, we'd love to have you part of the community. It is a growing community. It is an exciting community. You'll get access to our private Facebook group as well. And there's questions, there's answers, there's support, there's family, there's friendships in there. Um, Anyways, it's so beautiful to see. It has its own life in and of itself, and we'd love for you to be part of that life as well. Thousands of members strong, over $100 million of U.S. real estate acquired, and it's all thanks to you. So if you want to take that first step, here it is, the QR code and the link one last time for $333. Listen, for $111 a day of value, all right? And each day is 6 to 8 hours. And so you break it down, it's costing you about like $15 an hour of on point knowledge that you need to do this as safely as possible. That's a little bit more than my hourly rate, right? But you're getting all of that value undiluted for $15 an hour of incredible. Anyways, I don't need to say it anymore. So have yourself a great decision. We hope it's in the direction of the JK community. I have one last little video kind of showing you some of the extra perks that I didn't talk about of the Epic Blueprint. And then after this, we are done for the evening, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Have a great one. Do now for tomorrow for the lifestyle you deserve and go get your miracle.